I'm Christian Morissette, and you're watching DSN with Jarah James.
Share News, the place where I bring you the news that you might have missed out on. Today I have a very special guest here. We have Christian Morissette, and I'm saying that right. Is it Christian? Would you rather we call you Christian or Christian?
Both are good for me.
Christian Morissette, that's his name. I invited you here because Christian has these two books that we're going to be talking about here. It's The Drummer's Guide, Guide de la Batterie in French, and Double. I'm wondering
the new one.
The new one. The new one is the double.
Yeah.
The double. So before we talk about the books, I would like to know a little more about you and what you've been up to, and give us all that jazz.
My pleasure. I started in 1995.
Okay.
And I went to Campus Notre-Dame de Foix in near Quebec City.
Okay.
I studied there, and after that I played with a bunch of rock band, pop band, jazz, etc. And 5 years ago, I went back to school, but in Boston with the program of Berkeley College.
Yeah.
Online, they call online Berkeley Online.
So you did this online? You did?
Yeah.
Okay. But you were in Boston, or
no? I was in Quebec City, and all of the things were by internet.
Okay.
And it took 9 months, and I have to send a bunch of things by internet, and we interact with the professor there and the teacher there.
Yeah, I can imagine, like video and stuff.
We had many things to practice for 6 days, and the last days we have to send back videos there. And they correct it.
And I'm guessing you get some sort of diploma at the end or something.
Yes, I have the diploma on my studio. Yes, it was a big challenge for me because it was I went back to school when I did that, so it was a big challenge. So I went to my studio every day for 4 hours a day, and I work hard for that.
Oh, that sounds like a whole bunch of fun. Going back to school is not always an easy thing, right? It's true. It isn't an easy thing.
But if you want to do it, do it.
Yeah. Sounds like
it was a dream for me. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And what else have you were saying you were on tour with
Etienne Drapeau?
Etienne Drapeau.
Yes. I'm doing his second tour. So we travel all around Quebec, Montreal, everywhere in Quebec province. And last year we do 26, 27 shows in the year. So for Quebec artists, it's a good tour. Yeah,
it's very good.
Yes, and it's cool because it's a professional tour. So for as a musician, it's cool to have a in-ear and technician who works for us, and
other people tearing down your drums and setting them up.
No. I like to I like to play.
You like to have the control and set up your own thing.
They can help me to move the bags.
Just the carrying part. I totally get that.
You understand me, I'm sure.
Yes, I do understand that. Listen, you gave me these books here a few months back.
Yeah.
And I had went through them, looked through them and all, and I set them aside. And just a few weeks ago, I pulled them back out because I knew you were going to come see me and we were going to do this interview here. And the funny thing is this double here, your latest. This is your latest.
Yeah.
This is the latest. It's all about the double bass drum pedal.
Yes.
And as some of you know, I had hurt my knee here. I'm talking about my knee again. But I had hurt my right knee. And I'm the type of person that, can't use that limb, so let's use the other limbs, right? So let's practice our rudiments or whatnot. And I thought it's a perfect time to start using my left leg.
It's a good choice for you.
It's a good choice for me. But pulling this out, which is the coolest thing, and great timing. You must have heard about my Jarah's in pain. She needs to do the double. So anyhow, I'm just saying that this is really cool that I'll be able to be using this now.
Cool, excellent.
And yes, we're gonna get some double bass drum going.
Yeah. And it's good. It's good for you to use both are.
It seriously is not. It really feels like, you know, when you're trying to. For those who don't play double, you gotta try it.
Yeah.
It's like trying to write with your left hand. You really feel like it's like, wait, I'm just telling my foot to do a specific thing, and it doesn't want to move the same way, or the whole technique.
But if you practice with your wrong foot, it happens something in your head with. And after that, when you're coming back with your right, it will be easier for you, and you probably can go faster and more bunch new things, because inside of the brain, when we work with the left and the right, it's very good to one help the other one. So it's a good way to practice with both hands and both foot.
I guess.
Feet.
I will tell you about it. I mean, I'm going to work with this, and of course I may be writing you a few times like,
when you will be older like me, after 25, 30 years of playing drum, you have some problems sometimes with articulation, and it's good to play for me as a left player.
Do you play left also?
No, I try.
When you say left, you're talking about your hi-hat on the left?
No, but with the double bass pedal.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying with your hands.
I play open, and
yes, playing
open.
So
it's good because if the song is not too difficult for me, I can play with my left hands and left foot.
Sometimes I wonder if by doing that, by switching from that to open, if it won't confuse your brain or confuse you when you'll start playing, and then you're automatically going to want to do something lefty when you're on your snare, and you're not supposed to do that. So sometimes I wonder if that can kind of confuse you.
Yeah, but if you practice, you don't say to yourself, okay, I will play.
You're not jamming it out.
Yeah, you have to practice.
Okay,
and
specific. Okay.
And at that time, inside of the show, you will play.
Yeah, you're right.
And,
so being prepared, that's what you got to do. So tell us a little bit why you decided to create these books. I mean, I know that you want to teach. Right? It's to teach. I know it would be the basic thing, I would guess. But is there like a deeper reason? Is there something like your approach? Is your approach different? What is it about these books?
Why? Two things. First time, the students asked me most of the time to play double bass pedal. So I was tired to try to find exercise. So I decided to make my own book.
Your own book.
Yeah, and it's easy for me for my teaching.
Yeah, instead of having to repeat all the time, and this is your technique, your way of teaching.
Yes, and as I told you, after a certain age, it was cool for me to practice with my left side. So that's why those two reasons. That's why I decided to write this book.
Makes sense.
Yeah, cool.
Totally.
I hope.
It does. It does. No, I really love these books. I really, really do love them. And another thing that I love, I wanted to mention, there is a quote. I wrote down the quote here. Yes. This quote. Listen to this, guys. Music is composed of notes and silence. Both are of equal importance. And that makes sense. And Christian was telling me a while ago that he woke up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And you had this quote in your mind?
This quote was in my first book.
Okay.
And I woke up in the middle of the night, and I don't know why, but this sentence was in my head, and I wrote it. And the next morning, I said, hey, it makes sense.
It does.
Silence, it's equal importance that notes that we do.
Because when there's silence, there's an anticipation. When you hear the sound, then when you suddenly hear the sound, it's there. And then when the sound is not there, there's this, not void, Like that thing I was explaining to you a while ago. I saw on the internet, there's this image. There was this little tiny bonsai, whatever, right in the middle, and the image was like a huge image, but the bonsai was this big, and I don't remember the quote, but it mentioned something about how the space around it was almost more of an art than what the subject was in the center. But that's what it reminded me of, and I think that it's, wow, we work well during the night, eh? It's like it's always in the night that it happens. And, darn it, I was trying to sleep here.
And sometimes it's good to wake up in the middle of the
yes,
night.
For a cookie or for a glass of milk. Emmanuelle Caplet, she wrote the preface for the drummer's guide here, right? Yes, okay. So there's something that she also said, and I wanted to read that here. I should have just... give me 2 seconds, guys. Everybody being patient with me? I hope so. And can I read this?
Yeah.
I can, eh? I mean, can I see it? Can I read this? She says, what is most memorable and notable is his thorough and excellent explanations, which is true. No matter what level drummer you are, novice, is it novice or novice? I'm really, it's novice, I think. Novice en français?
Beginner.
Yes, beginner. Intermediate or advanced. Each will find enormous benefits. And it is so true because that's exactly what I thought when I went through the whole book. And it's like, he's not missing out on stuff. And he's really, really pinpointing each step. There's she's just totally right about that. And there's also the table of contents. Oh, I have all these papers in my hands. What are you doing? Your hands are
It's mine. I can.
There you go. Do something with your hands. I just wanted to mention there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Musical theory, notation key, drums, just the drums description if you don't know what is what, if you're a beginner. All the way down to all kinds, like there's the shuffle, shows how the waltz, twists, 1950s Motown cha-cha. There's the jazz area too, where we talks about the brushes, snare drum. There's just everything. It's very complete. That's what I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's very complete.
Yes, thanks.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just throw that at you. Aren't I not nice? So both books are in English and in French. And when I say English and French, I mean both of them, right? Both of them are English.
Yeah.
This one too. It's English and French in the same book, not like one English book and one French book. So both of them have English and French in the book, and which I find is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, but yes. And they have awesome pictures too.
A friend of mine is a photographer.
Yes. There's this There's these beautiful pictures in here that just... I love books with pictures. It kind of takes away the whole... how can I say that? The whole, oh my God, I gotta study. We gotta work on this. Look at all these dots. We gotta just work on all of that. But then you get to a beautiful picture and go, oh, look, a pretty picture. So, no, I really like the way, the layout of the book and how it's all created. Such a good job. Yeah.
I had the first book. I had it since the first 20 years of my teaching. And sometimes I told to my student, you will see one day in my book. And at 5 or 6 years ago now, I decided it's time to make my own creation.
You verbalized it and created it.
Yeah.
So that's that's important. We can do that. We are creators.
Of course.
Say it and do it. You gotta commit to it.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's one thing I've been working on. Commitment. You got to commit to things for things to happen. Sometimes that doesn't always happen with me. But there are a lot of things that I do commit to, and I keep moving forward. Sometimes there's just something that I wanted to mention to you guys also. And he mentions it, Kasem mentions this in his books too, that it's important to, anytime you're going to be working with books, it's important to have a teacher, right?
Yeah.
So you have questions. There's always questions that need to be answered, and I think it's a little easier. It makes it easier on the student when you're when you have someone to be able to answer those questions.
Yeah. Tools are unbelievable on internet, YouTube, or something like that. But if your finger is not, you have a wrong position or something like that, or just for me I'm a teacher, but I'm a coach. I'm a kind of coach, like a hockey coach.
Yeah.
So I can teach, but I can encourage students and it works. If you works with students like a coach, like it, it's good for them, and it's more than music. It's you become a good friend. And sometimes it's more.
Yes, you develop more. Yes, I have my teacher, Maximilian Anderson, 3 years now that we've been working together. And when there are sometimes I'll have to be a whole month off or whatever from taking lessons. I mean, he gave me a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm working with whatever I needed to work with. And sometimes I get a little down on myself, and I feel like I need Max. This is when I need to go to my teacher because, like you said, that your teacher is also your coach and is there for you, and it makes you feel less alone in this whole thing, because it can become very overwhelming because there's a lot.
Yeah, bunch of
there's a lot. It never stops. I mean, we don't have enough years in our bodies to learn it all. So if we'd lived 200 years, we'd still be learning, right? I think so. Yes. Definitely. Do you give any Skype lessons?
Yes.
He gives Skype lessons. Okay. I have a few more questions here. I want to know what was up.
What was up?
What's up next?
Okay.
Any more books? No?
Probably in 2 years.
Okay.
Because I moved to jazz now.
Okay.
It's another dream that I had. So we probably record my first album, my first jazz album on next August.
Okay.
And it will be probably able for maybe at the end of November.
Okay.
And we probably tour for the 2 years after, and probably at that period I will write another book, but principally in jazz.
That's in jazz.
Yes, that's why at a certain point I made a country rock. I do a bunch of things in music, and I would like to add specifically in jazz for the next 2 years.
What's your favorite genre of music?
You know what?
I mean, I know music is music in the same.
No, but I had this question. I have this question every week, I think, and I prefer listening jazz, but when I play drum, what kind of music I like to play, I don't know. I like to play drums. So
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
And it depends on how you feel. You can have more of an up day and you feel more hip-hoppy, and then another day nice and sweet and play some jazz.
Yeah.
It's like clothes, and there are days you just want to wear those sweatpants, right?
And if you are sad, use the double. It's good to play double bass pedal.
You mean when we're mad? You mean when we're mad?
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, I'm sad. I'm so sad. No, I think it's good when I do that.
Yes, it's good.
So anything else, like any touring, or like you were mentioning?
Yes, still touring with Etienne Drapeau.
Yes.
And a bunch of artists from more than in Quebec City, because I live in Quebec. And I play no, I don't know. It depends, but I'm touring with a bunch of artists from Quebec. So,
Okay.
So.
Oh, sounds exciting.
Yeah, I like my life.
So, where can we purchase both these books? And your other book, you have your first book too. Where can we purchase these?
Easily at every Archambault Music.
Okay.
So they are, and it's easy to find two electronic books on iTunes or Amazon. They can find.
They're available digitally.
Available all around the world. You can
order them physically, but you can also digitally.
I can send you by myself physically. You can buy on my website.
Okay.
But if you want electronic books, it's easy to buy. So I receive paper from my agent.
Yeah.
And I sold book in Germany, in France.
Oh.
So it's fun. It's cool to see that when
definitely
electronic books. So
I can only imagine how much work you put into this. I just saw the side go. Oh, seriously, I can only try. I can't imagine. There's a lot of work going into this.
Yes, it's not. Surely, it's not for the money.
It's for the love.
The love of the drums and the love of teaching too. So
I'm proud of you, Kiss.
No, thanks.
Seriously,
I work hard, but as I told, I like my life.
You like your life. You love
I
your
love
life.
music.
You love music, and he loves his life.
Yes.
Definitely. I want to thank you for being here.
Thanks to you.
Taking some time chit-chatting with us. And guys, I just want to let you know, if ever you're interested, quick. I uploaded a little video from remember those girls, the women who rock thingamajiggy? Well, I uploaded that video, so you guys go on my channel and check that out if you want. I'm singing a song for you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you for being with us, Christian.
Thank you to
you. Thank you so much. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, bake pie, do whatever you want. Hit that little notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Drum Share News. Love you. Bye.